live with Tao. Tossing attachment for body aside is the beginning. Body is limited. It is like a cage. You are hooked, but you have to work within the body. It is like you are typing your mails or writing a post on the laptop screen. It is the body. Then the next step is you broadcast it. You post it. And the moment you post it, it becomes available to everyone. You are all around. Whosoever opens, you are there. You are here, there, everywhere. So the attachment with the body is like a narrow, it is limited. The scope is limited. You are working on it. But you have to work anything to broadcast or to make it cosmic. You have to work within the limitations. You work within the limitations of your laptop, its program and everything, and then you suddenly, when post it, it becomes everywhere. So if you post something, write something, do something, and you do not post it or share it, you just keep your attachment and keep it up to you. It will be limited. The moment you toss your attachment for body aside, you realize that you are everywhere. The moment you write the post or the mail and then specifically post on the social media, the moment you prepare the post and post it, it gets shared everywhere, wherever it is possible, or whosoever is open to it. Similar thing is tossing attachment for body aside. Body is limited. One day it will disappear. It will lose its significance. So before that happens, you make maximum use of it. Whatsoever you see the universality or the cosmic nature of the body, perception. You can get a cosmic perception of anything. A thought comes to you, you can give it a cosmic format. You see a certain part of your body, you can give it a cosmic. You have transcended beyond the limitations of that. Limitation of that what you have seen. This is what Bhagavad Gita is the vision. Vedavyas was sitting in meditation. He saw a vision and he found that this vision was of some importance. So, but by the time he came out of the meditation, that vision vanished. So again next day the same thing happened. Then he prayed that if this vision that has come to me is of significance, why is it coming to me again and again? Why is it coming to me again and again? If it is of some— then let it be scribed. Let it be ascribed. So he asked, he is seeing the vision. While he is seeing the vision, he cannot describe it. He can only describe it, and someone else has to write it. I am seeing something, I see something, and then in that I see some beauty, enormous beauty. I cannot transcribe it, I can explain, and somebody has to write it. In the same way, if you see something within the narrow boundaries of the body, and you see it came to you as a vision, and you captured in words, captured in as an image photo, and then you are presenting it in such a format that it takes the cosmic approach. The individual vision of Veda Vyas became the message of Bhagavad Gita, the message of Krishna in the form of Bhagavad Gita. He envisioned he was contemporary of Krishna. He was seeing what it is happening. Through his divine vision, he saw it. Sanjay saw it, but he only described and explained it to the blind king. Right? I see a vision. I explained it to you. If it is in your company, I saw a vision of something. I described it to you, explained to you my own interpretation of that. But that can transform into something as Bhagavad Gita transformed. Then it will become a scripture. So first of all, you have to toss aside all attachments for the body. Then you see the cosmic. Now, if Veda Vyas has kept that vision to himself, limited within the narrow boundaries, it could not achieve the cosmopolitan nature, the cosmic nature, the universal nature of Bhagavad Gita. That is message. So what the vision was, around that vision evoked a complete the message. This is what it is. The sutras came out. Vigyan Bhairav Tantra is in the same way. Around a vision, how a male-female relation should be, how male and female should relate to one another, interact with one another for transformation of human consciousness, their individual consciousness. And through that example, through that communion between Shiva and Devi, if a message is to be given, or if it can become a cosmic message, then it becomes a scripture. We are sitting in meditation, you and I, or you are sitting in meditation alone. Veda Vyas was sitting in his meditation all by himself. He saw a vision. We have the meditation sessions, we are sitting together. We see a vision. You share it with someone. So what Veda Vyas did, he shared this vision and wove the entire message around it. In the same way, a master sees a vision around a narrow, something which is narrow and limited, and then transcends it beyond the boundaries of the attachment. You may be attached to this vision. You may be attached to this particular scene, particular scenery, the particular object that you have seen. You have seen a flower. A poet sees a flower. He weaves, he creates a composition around it. A musician sees a vision and he weaves a composition around it. In the same way, a master sees something and he sees the cosmic nature of that, and then a scripture can be woven around it. Like the eternal garden of flowers, eternal garden, the blossoming of the eternal garden, the seed, immediate seeds that are planted in you, immediate seeds that you have, once they begin to blossom, it is a season of spring, and spring is the beginning of a new season. From spring, the winter comes. Spring is the announcement of the end of the winter, when you have to remain within the total gaiety and everything differs. So when these seeds begin to blossom, when these seeds, your approach, your understanding begins to transform, you see everything as the spring, arrival of the spring of consciousness. Immediate flowers blossom, and your life will become a garden of myriad flowers. Blossoming of the single flower leads to opening up so many things. You see a flower blossoming. You see this object as a flower. Then birds will start hovering around, butterflies around, create a totally different kind of a garden where birds are there, the bees are there, where butterflies are flying, where the sun is rising. All these you can create. If you have a poetic mind, you can translate this poetic mind around this flower as the garden with butterflies, birds flying, the butterflies of different color flying, the water flowing, the trees all around, the sun lurking from behind the trees, and you can create a poetic composition around it, around this creation that you have seen and you have created in that format. So first of all, you have to toss aside the attachment for the body. Then you will realize you are everywhere. The moment it happens, you realize that you are everywhere. In every flower, in every blossoming, you are there. Because of this attachment, you feel you are limited with the body. So the very process of transformation is come out of the limited, the narrow boundaries and come into the open sky. See, now you can see something, your own world as narrow. You can give it a cosmic form, cosmic shape. You see a photograph, you see something, you created a photograph, it is narrow, you are attached to it. You put aside the attachments with it, give it a cosmic cosmopolitan, cosmic look. And then it is not the body which is limiting you. Your approach that you consider this as part of you is not limiting you. It is your attachment to it, it is mine. That will limit you. The moment you give it a cosmic approach, you are spread everywhere. Anything that of your belongs to the cage that has a narrow limitations, when you come out of that, it is not the body which is making a barrier between you and the reality. It is not the body which is making a barrier between you and the reality. It is your attachment to it. This world is mine. This photograph is mine. Once you know the attachment is not there, it is nobody to you. Rather, the whole existence becomes your body. The whole garden, the whole lotus garden becomes your body. Your body becomes a part of the total, the whole existence. Then it is not separate. You are part of the existence. And this is the very purpose of awakening. Awakening means you see something, a spark, you give it a cosmic form. This is what meditation does. This is what awakening does. Takes a simple thing, a vision, an image, a photo, a word, and gives it a cosmic texture. Really, your body is nothing but existence comes to you. Your body is nothing but existence that has come to you within the narrowness. Existence reached to you. It is, and body is nearest to you, so that means existence is closest to you in that format. That is all. The moment you see, then it can go on spreading. One flower, the next flower, the butterflies, the birds flapping their wings. Many other things are there blossoming. It goes on spreading. Once your attachment is not there, there is no body to you. The whole existence has become your body. You are everywhere. You are cosmic. Awakening means you are cosmic. You are part of the existence. In the body, you are somewhere. Without the body, you are everywhere. When this was part of you, you consider it part of you, then it is limited. The moment you consider is not part of you, you are not attached to it, it is everywhere. In the body, you are confined to a particular space. Without the body, you have no confinement. You have no attachment. And that is what is the way of life. That is why those who have known, they say body is imprisonment. Not that body is imprisonment really, the attachment to the body, to attachment of anything that belongs to the limitation is imprisonment. Once your eyes are focused on the body, you are limited. Once your eyes are not focused on the body, you are everywhere. This looks absurd. To the mind that is engrossed in the body, looks absurd, a madness. How can one be everywhere? How can you do this? How can you do this? To a Buddha, whatsoever we say that I am here really looks like madness. This is mine. How can you be somewhere? Consciousness is not a space concept, and everything is consciousness. And consciousness is not a space concept. That is why if you close your eyes and you try to find out where is your body, you will be at a loss. You cannot find where you are with your closed eyes. And the moment your eyes open, you get a cosmic vision. You will not be able to find where you are. You will find that you are invisible, formless, spread all over. There have been many religions and many sects that have preached that you are in the navel, the solar plexus. Some say you are in the heart. You are in the head. Some say you are in this center or in that center. But really where you are. You use these centers as these centers are nothing else but workplace. Where are you in the house? Everywhere. For certain things, you have to be in the bedroom. For other things, you have to be in the kitchen. For some things, you have to be in the living room. Then you have to be in the bedroom. You are all over your house. You can be anywhere. You can be anywhere and you can be nowhere. Shiva says, you are nowhere. It is like you look at it, your place of work. You are not there. You are not living there. You come for a certain period of time. You go to the office. You go to the restroom. You go to this conference room. You go to that conference room. This person's office, that person's office, director's office, managing director's office, accountant's office. You are free to go anywhere, but you are everywhere and you are nowhere. You can be everywhere and you can be nowhere at the same time. Look at yourself in your own house. Where are you? In order to listen to this broadcast, this live telecast, you are in one place. When you are finished this, you have a next assignment, you go to the next place. If your assignment is in the office, you will go there. If your assignment is that job that you have to finish in the kitchen, you will be there. So where you are actually, Shiva says you are nowhere. That is why if you close your eyes and try to find out where you are, you cannot say you are. But there is nowhere. But there is nowhere to you. You simply are. You simply are in the house, it is said. But which part of the house? Where you are needed there. If you are needed in the solar plexus, you are in the solar plexus. You come to that center. You come to the heart center. If you have to operate, if you have to do cooking, you have to come to the kitchen center. If you have to find the entertainment, you have to come to the living room center where there is a television set. So if you have, so you are free. You are not bound by any center. This is what freedom is. So you are not, normally people are lost in their sex centers. They cannot move from there. They remain moving around that. They cannot come out. That's why they cannot come out of the lust. They cannot come out of the sex. But if you have known the entire periphery, you can come out any moment. When you need to go, you go into that with total intensity. Next moment you are out of that. Whatever role you have to perform there, whatever you need to work on, you work on at that center. You go to that center, be it sex center, be it heart center, be it the head center. Not everything can be done from one center, but each center gives you a kind of a satiation and fulfillment in life. So when you are operating at the level of sex and you have satiation, so when you are going to kitchen center, the next center where you have to do the cooking, your cooking will be of a totally a different quality. The taste will be different because this cooking will have the satiation that you have gotten through the involvement at the sex center. And then the heart is in between. That satiation will translate into emotions, care, love. And then when food you are cooking, it will, that same sentiment, that same satiation, that same love, the same understanding will translate subtly into the food. Try it. I explained to you what you are going through at times. So I am not, Shiva is not saying that to discard this or discard that. You are nowhere and you are everywhere. The whole house, the whole body becomes the place where you can rest, you can move around freely. Because this is the hardware. In order to work, you have to do. In order to go to have the experience of sex, you have to go at a certain center, certain location, but you do not remain confined there. You come out from there, satiated, totally fulfilled. Then you are, wherever you are, you will radiate that light, that radiance, that bliss, that joy, whatsoever you do. So you are nowhere, yet you are everywhere. You simply are. In deep sleep, you are not aware of your body, but you are. In the morning when you wake up, in the morning you say, the sleep was very deep and blissful. You were aware of a deep bliss running throughout, but you were not aware of the body. Do you become aware of the body in sleep? But the bliss, so you are aware of the body in the act of sex. But in deep awareness, you are not aware of the body, but what you are aware, that a deep bliss is flowing like an undercurrent, and you are experiencing this. In deep sleep, where you are not aware of the body, you are beyond the body. When you die, where would you go? Continuously people ask when someone dies, where would he go? So in deep sleep, where you go? In deep sleep, where you go? You are not in the body, you are not aware of the body. But the question is absurd and foolish. It is related to our embodied consciousness because we think we are somewhere. So when we die, where will you go? Nowhere. So when you are in deep sleep, you are nowhere and you are everywhere. This is a state of meditativeness, and bliss flows like an undercurrent. When you are in deep sex, you are spread all over, yet you are there. And the bliss that flows like an undercurrent will move with you wherever you go. When you have a deep sleep, a restful sleep, whatever you do, wherever you go, that restfulness, that bliss that you have experienced during that state of deep sleep will continue through your day like an undercurrent in whatever you do. If you had a restless sleep, anyone talks to you, you know how you talk to the person. But when you have a blissful sleep, everything that you do, that like an undercurrent, that bliss overflows in a subtle way. When you have experienced sex in that way, and it meditatively, then like an undercurrent it will spread through your each and every act. You are everywhere, and the bliss that you have experienced will move with you wherever you go. It becomes like a cosmic. When you die, you are not somewhere, that is all. So during that act of meditatively, you are not confined to that particular center. When you are cooking, you are not confined to that particular center. Along with this, the bliss that you experience at one center is flowing like undercurrent. Out of that bliss, the harmony that has come is also working. The joy, the care, all that is flowing together. So many things are flowing together. You are not confined to a particular space, that is all. But if you have a desire to be confined, you can be confined again. Your desire will lead you to a new kind of a confinement. But when you are not in the body, you are nowhere, and or you are everywhere. It depends upon you, which word you are using, which word appeals to you. Experience, understand this, because for some this has become an experience now, but you do not know how to relate this experience because you have still bound by the limitations of the body and its terminology. The moment you transcend beyond the limitations of the body and its terminology, then you experience something. Then you are nowhere and you are everywhere. You have tossed aside all attachment for the body, and then you are everywhere. So enough for now. We'll continue tomorrow.